Ho ho, kids! We're a couple of festive annoyed grunt boys, and this is the 138th Simpsons podcast.
It was December 24th on Hollis Avenue, the dark. When I seen a man chilling with his dog in the park, I approached him very slowly with my heart full of fear. Looked at his dog, oh my God, a ill reindeer. But then I was yelling 'cause the man had a beard and a bag full of goodies, 12 o'clock at night.
That's right, where the podcast explores the animated sitcom The Simpsons from seasons 12 and beyond, and the newest ones when they're available, and the holiday ones when it's the holidays. We do it like that because, well, a lot of other podcasts explore the quote-unquote golden age of The Simpsons, plus an entity known as the Wheel of Random has trapped us and forced us to watch the show in such a manner, and we already talked about season 11. And I say we because I am one annoyed grunt boy named Steve, and with me, as always, is the other annoyed grunt boy.
Ho, 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 Craig.
Hello, ho, Craig. How are you doing this week? Happy holidays.
I apologize. Sex worker, Craig.
Thank you. That joke is a joke.
It's weird. You were stumbling a little bit on the intro because we haven't really done an old school Annoyed Grunt Boys episode. You know, it's always been new episodes since, September? We haven't really had a break.
I feel like we've done so many new episodes lately. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm a little rusty. Much like one of my characters from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
You're a little Johnny Galecki over there. Yeah, it's weird to do an old episode. In fact, Steve, it's so old, some of our old listeners will remember this.
Afternoon delight, cocktails and moonlit nights, that dreamy look in your eye, give me a tropical contact high.
That's right, Steve. I poured myself a cocktail for this little introduction.
Oh, wow. Getting into the season.
I know you quit drinking, but when it's the holidays, you can wake up and just start drinking alcohol. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to a drinky drink every now and then. I just don't drink much. But I will have you know that I did trim the green, if you will. So we're all celebrating. It's all good.
I had a little festive Christmas party this last weekend at our estate. And I like to say estate. It sounds fancy. Our humble abode, or domicile, as you will. And Heather made a fruit punch, non-alcoholic. So if you wanted to booze it up, you can. So I poured a little bit of that festive punch. It has, I don't know, lots of juices, like probably cranberry, your sort of Christmassy juices, and some Kirkland vodka. And I think I put too much vodka in because it's very clear, a little bit of red. And I could taste it. Tastes like vodka. Kirkland vodka. Costco, of course. I'm a big Costco guy, so it's really good, the Kirkland vodka.
To be clear, we're not the Costco guys.
No, we don't. What's their catchphrase?
You can't Grizz the Rizzler? I don't know. I don't know what the podcast is. I just know it's more popular than ours. And
well, Steve, every podcast is more popular than ours.
Two dogs smelling a piece of shit are more popular than us. But yeah, I think Costco is a great company. They treat their people well. They have a lot of great products. And unlike other people on TikTok, I enjoy going to Costco with my wife.
Did you see the news about Costco? Apparently they're going to build apartments above warehouses. Could you imagine, like, if you were like in your 20s, like it's going to be like affordable housing, but like, could you imagine like being like, if we were like in our 20s, how much I would just want to like live in one of those Costco apartments?
Oh,
like,
yeah, it'd be great.
Every day, like, what's for dinner? $1.50 hot dog and soda.
You can mix it up though, because the pizza, also cheap, also delicious. And then for the weekend, having a meal, get a chicken bake. Also great.
I wanted a slice of pizza, and I wanted a drink too, but it seems like it's just smart enough to pay the $1.50 for the hot dog and drink combo and a slice of pizza. I ate the pizza, then I took my hot dog with me to go to, half hour later. It's still in my fridge. It's been 4 days. You think it's still edible?
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
I could just nuke it. It's probably fine.
Yeah. No, it's probably good. There's probably so many sulfites in there and so many like preservatives that it'll outlive you even if you eat it.
What's funny though is like Heather didn't finish her hot dog, and I had the pizza. She's like, "Just here, I'm not really that hungry. You can finish my dog," because she just wanted a drink too. Just buy the $1.50 drink and hot dog. Anyways,
yeah.
But those hot dog burps afterwards are just so nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
And of course, I put onions on it and mustard. So of course, those burps are just
oof,
probably the grossest thing coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, the burp. Yeah, it is pretty gross. If only there was a burp denier magazine.
I know there's a fart denier magazine that comes up to this, but Steve, remember how we did the intros for our classic episode? It's always like we talk about the time period, right?
Yeah, so let's go back all the way back to December 5th, 2010. Now, that is a way back. Where were you at in life at that time?
That's funny to think. 2010. I think we moved out that year, right? Like we ceased to be roommates in 2010, or was that 2009?
I think that was 2009.
Okay.
Or maybe, yeah, I think it was 2009.
Yeah, so I've been at the same place for 15 years then, I guess. So, wow. Okay. I think I'm just working as a KJ, right? Karaoke jockey. Yeah. And you had yet to meet your wife, or you just about met her?
Probably, and I don't know the exact date, and we neither one of us do, and it's kind of sad, but this date, December 5th, is around the exact time when we were to met for the first time, when I went to my roommate's band show and met my wife. So, very sweet.
And that roommate, of course, was Ed Sheeran.
That's right.
You were his roommate.
While I was going to go see his show, people were going to the theaters to see the #1 movie in the box office, which is the animated hit Tangled, which I've never seen, but I got the gist of it.
Yeah, imagine if we were just doing our regular podcast that this week we would have to review Tangled for our Patreon, but we got something more special planned, I think. Or is it special or it's just lazy? We don't know yet.
Two things can be true. But you know, Craig, when this came out, you weren't a father, but now you're a father to a little girl. And I'm sure she's very special to you. Like, of all the people in the world, especially small children, she's probably the one that stands out.
Yes, because the middle name of my daughter is the real first name of this artist. Did you know that, Steve? You probably did.
Did not.
Because that's Only Girl in the World by Rihanna. Rihanna, yes. I'm looking at all the... I definitely was KJ because I'm looking at all the songs on this real quick on the list. I'm like, yep, I know all these tunes. And I'm not sure about the last one we'll get to. I'm not sure who this artist is. But yeah, kind of crazy. I just remember like being a KJ, like I would... you'd have to like have background music between songs. So I'd be like, okay, next up we got Cinnamon, then waiting for Cinnamon to come on. And I'd have to play background music. And a lot of times, like, you have to really kind of select the music.
Sure.
Because you don't want it to be like loose and just like, and sloppy. You really have to like grab it by the balls and grip it,
Right. It's almost like if you had a piano and you cut out like most of the keys.
Just the white ones.
Exactly. And so it would be a more concise musicality.
Right. Steve, what was the hot rock alternative?
Well, it was Tighten Up by the Black Keys.
I'm thinking though, like the Black Keys on the piano would look better with like more of like a lighter color, like pastels maybe. I don't know.
I'm thinking back to like the 90s, like Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and the shirts that he'd wear. Like that would look good on piano. Because like one thing about Parker Lewis is like he was kind of a hero, and I was like, I want to be something like him. I wish that he was anything like me.
Are we getting to the country hot monitor for that week?
Oh yeah, I guess it's Anything Like Me by Brad Paisley.
Now in this time of the year, I maybe drink a little bit more than I'm supposed to, but I'll sober up, come the new year. And the problem with like drinking too much alcohol, Steve, is you gotta urinate out of your penis.
Sure, it's so true.
But also, what's your favorite streaming service right now?
It's gotta be Paramount Plus. Great politics.
Oh, how about something that's more NBC related?
Oh, NBC Sports Online. MSN Now. No. How about Peacock? When I used to took fencing class, I was really good at the thrust, but the rest of the other half of it, not so much. And my favorite letters of the alphabet are the one before M and the one that's after S.
And Steve, I know you're a fan of Jeopardy.
I am.
And then one of the favorite bits that they do is
love those Jeopardy bits.
Before and after, right?
Yes.
So how about this person like to kiss a girl named Jane who had an addiction? I don't know.
Katy Perry Farrell.
There we go. See, what was the hot dance electronic song?
Why, it was Peacock by Katy Perry.
Okay, we finally got it. Katy Perry, of course. She was on The Simpsons, wasn't she?
She was in this very episode. That's right.
What?
That's right. Today we're talking about The Fight Before Christmas. That's the 8th episode of the 22nd season, in which there are 4 wittily woven tales, like eggnog with lashings of brandy, are sweet and sharp in equal measure. In this Christmas anthology, the Simpsons family experiences several dreams, and they meet some guest stars, chase down Santa Claus, and wish for their war-fighting mother to return. And as we mentioned, Katy Perry and Martha Stewart are in the show. So let's give it a watch, and we'll be right back.
Oh Tannenbaum, wie treu sind deine Blätter. Du grüßt nicht nur zur Sommerzeit, nein auch im Winter.
And we're back. Today we're talking about The Fight Before Christmas, the 8th episode of the 22nd season. It is episode 472 in the show's run. It originally aired on December 5th, 2010. Your nerd code is MABF22. It was written by Dan Castellaneta and Deb Lacusta, directed by Bob Anderson and Matthew Schofield, and your showrunner is Al Jean.
Al Jean is a name we haven't said in a long time.
Miss that name. Miss that man.
Sounds like he's dead. No, as of this record, he's no longer a showrunner for The Simpsons. So we've been doing new episodes from season 37, just in case anyone is listening to this in the future.
Maybe you got a podcast machine for your Christmas.
Or your Trump miss, because in 2038, that's what we celebrate.
That's right.
Anyways, those writers, Dan Castellaneta and Deb Lacosta, one of them might be the voice of Homer Simpson. I'll let you figure out which one on your own. Anyways, they are a married couple. They met at an improv class in Chicago. And Steve, if we only moved to Chicago, we could have married someone at an improv class.
Yes, true.
That's the only way he can marry someone from an improv class is if you meet them in Chicago.
I mean, I'll admit that I was already married when I started improv. So, yeah, I couldn't have done it. And I also wasn't in Chicago.
Nope. Against the law. Deb, as a writer herself, an improv performer, also did the voice of Isabella in season 28's Havana Wild Weekend. Isn't that, is that Krusty's wife?
I believe so, yeah. And we talked about that in our 168th episode way back in April of 2022.
This is the 7th of 9 episodes that Deb Lacosta and everyone's talking about 6, 7, but I'm really talking about 7 of 9. or if we're talking sci-fi ladies, you got 6 from Battlestar, and then you got Jerry Ryan at 7. You get it? Okay.
Yeah. Do you think that in the Midwest, she's like a 9 of 9?
Jerry Ryan?
Yeah.
Jerry Ryan has been a 10 of 9 in my book.
Oh, that's very nice.
She still is. She's a handsome woman. Is that the right thing to say?
Probably not.
But if we didn't have Jerry Ryan, we wouldn't have Obama.
That's true. Because she invented tan suits?
And something about like her ex-husband. I don't know. Look into it, Steve. But
okay.
Thanks to Jerry Ryan, we had President Obama. And thanks to Neelix from Star Trek Voyager, we have Donald Trump.
Wow. Not a political podcast.
Well, I was just trying to think of like less liked Star Trek characters, and Neelix came to my mind. Wait, folks, wait till we do a Star Trek podcast. Then we can really get down and dirty with all the Star Trek.
It's because of Q that we have QAnon.
And it's because of Patrick Stewart we have bald Frenchmen who have an English accent.
Make it so. Salt and pepper.
Oh, so speaking of Diana and Deb, the episodes that they've done have been a few. We still have 2 episodes that we have reviewed. That's the 10% Solution from season 23 and My Highway to Heaven from season 30, which seems like a recent episode, but that's from 7 years ago. I hope to see them write again. You never know.
Oh, yeah, it'd be nice. I like them. And I think, like, if this episode that we're about to watch is any example, they bring a fun craziness to The Simpsons. It's a good time.
That's right. And I forgot all about what we were going to watch, and I forgot it's about 4 fables. So let's just get into it, Steve.
Alrighty, well, our foursome of festive fables begins with the view of Springfield decked out with holiday cheer. As we hear Carol of the Bells play, we see the cooling towers of this nuclear power plant decorated with candy cane stripes. The lard lad is hoisting a wreath instead of his usual donut, and a chimney is placed over the historic tire fire, creating a cozy fireplace scene.
I think that helps with the tire fire. Just always have that there.
Yeah, can blow the pollution up.
Carol of the Bells, Steve. Is that the scariest song of all time?
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty haunting.
Have they played that song on Pluribus?
Yeah, I was just wondering that. I think that's what the people say when she calls. She's like, oh boy, here's Carol of the Bells again.
I haven't caught up with the show, so don't spoil it for me.
One episode behind, so yeah, me too.
Me too. All right. Well, Marge is hard at work decorating the Simpsons homestead, schlepping a model of Santa and his reindeer on the roof of the house, and she pulls it up, falls back on the chimney, awakening a bat. And then when Marge reminds the bat it's a little late for Halloween. So we see the result of her effort, and Marge plugs in the lights, which cause Santa and his sleigh to slide off the roof and onto the lawn. I like how it's ho, 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 and then when it starts sliding, it's like, ho, 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 ho. Just also great visual that Marge is up on the roof and Homer's not. It's, I know that's a sexist remark, but of me to say that only men should be up on the roof putting the lights up. But, that's kind of always been a man thing to do, I guess. I don't know.
Men love lights and they love roofs.
Especially Channing Tatum, roof man himself.
That's right. Marge looks for some assistance, but Homer is preoccupied watching a rerun of a once important pool game. And even Maggie holding up a DVD copy of a Fluppet Christmas special won't keep Homer from his out-of-date gridiron action.
So weird to watch sports events that are
old sports, yeah.
I mean, if you're flipping through the cable stations during the wintertime, the MLB Network, it's okay, here's the 1999 World Series, relive those moments. They always sell those DVDs too of your favorite team. Although I guess I should get the 2016 World Series so I can relive those Chicago Cubs winning the World Series. But yeah, it's just it's always funny that the worst thing is just watching an old bowl game.
Yeah, especially bowl games because I didn't go to a sporting college or a college, but if you I feel like unless you were playing in the game, why would you want to watch a bowl game a second time?
I think that's the whole point of the joke too.
Yeah,
this is really funny. Sportos will tell us different though. But remember going into a bar or whatever, and there's a sports bar when sports aren't on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just depressing because all it is ESPN. And you see blowhards just talking to each other, always the same topic. Of only so much you can say about sports. That's every time I'm watching a hockey game and going to the locker room or talking to a player. It's what do you think? How you guys performed in the first period there? It's always the same.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we just got to make sure we get that puck towards the net.
We push harder, but we push hard, but we push harder. It's all about teamwork, fundamentals, trying best, but accepting that we might not win, but we tried hard.
Now going to baseball. Steve, you're the pitcher. What's going through your mind when you're throwing that fastball, trying to get the guy out?
I'm really just focusing on him not hitting the ball with his baseball bat. And if he does, I'm hoping that one of my teammates catches it.
All right, now go to football. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers, what are you thinking when you're on the field?
I'm really hoping somebody throws the ball at me and that I catch it. And then I run with it. And one of my other guys that don't dress like me doesn't knock me on my butt so I can make it to the other end and win.
I'm specifically talking to you, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, and I love Jesus and Trump, I think.
Yeah. Probably anti-vax. I think.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Maha.
Well, meanwhile, Lisa has covered the Christmas tree in a police tape as she believes a crime has been committed in the name of celebrating pagan rituals. So the tree has been chopped and put on display, causing Lisa to protest with a sign that says, "Fur is murdered," F-I-R, not F-U-R. Bart is concerned that Lisa will be offended by her gingerbread house, or gingerbread McMansion, as Lisa puts it.
And we see the pop-up rooftop tennis court of that gingerbread house. And Homer asks for respect for fallen cookie workers. He does triage on an injured gingerbread person, biting off its leg, followed by its head. He then goes to consume any witnesses, but Bart swipes a plate of cookies so he can leave them out for Santa. And Marge is delighted until she discovers Bart's true motives.
At least someone around here's got the Christmas spirit.
Yep, come midnight, I'll be sitting here with cold cookies, warm milk, and hot lead.
What?
For the last 3 years, I've asked that rosy-cheeked nog hog for a dirt bike, and all he brought me was a zillion lame-o toys that I immediately broke and threw in this bag.
But you wanted those toys.
I wanted them till I got them. But this year, I'm getting my dirt bike.
Even Mac Davis himself couldn't save this Christmas.
Great, Mom. Now I lost track of my pump count. 1 pump, 2 pump.
Oh.
Bowl full of jelly. Pump lead in his belly. What?
All aboard the Polar Express.
Steve, didn't you hate it when your mom interrupted your pump count?
Yeah, I know. I'd have to start all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, that owl.
I like Bart, very vicious, wanting to kill Santa, and his gun named BB King is very funny.
Yes, and he's looking at his sack of destroyed toys. There seems to be a happy little elf, a magic 8-ball, a Rock'em Sock'em robot, an R2-D2, a G.I. Joe, some puzzle pieces, some Lego, and maybe a Mr. Potato Head. Oh, sorry, Potato Head these days?
I'll take the R2-D2. You can have the Joe.
Sounds good. Matt Davis is a singer and songwriter, best known for writing hits for Elvis, such as In the Ghetto and A Little Less Conversation, and then he had his own hits, such as Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me from 1972, and I didn't really know the reference, but I just thought I'd share that for those who are not 70.
What's Mac Davis's favorite item at McDonald's?
The apple pie.
Wrong. Quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh yeah, it's this item. You're totally right.
Yeah, everyone loves the quarter pounder with cheese.
So Bart's about to get on the Polar Express, and I know of the Polar Express, but I've never seen the movie. I know it's supposed to be creepy and Tom Hanksy. Have you seen it?
I turned it on as background noise the other day, but I didn't really pay attention. So, yeah, it's been on. It's not as creepy as people put it out to be. It's fine.
Okay.
I read the book first, though, so
Oh.
yeah, I'm one of those guys.
So you got the real information.
Yeah, book is way better.
Yeah, you know all 32 pages of it.
It's 34, but yes, fine.
Conductor Otto announces that his train offers an express direct trip to the North Pole with stops at Candy Cane Corners, Sugar Plum Square, Jack Frost Junction, Fa La 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 Lane, Nutcracker Street, and Hanukkah Heights. Bart mocks the locomotive's express route before hopping on board.
Bart is amazed that the train is flying through the air, and Otto shows how it's done. So he keeps the engine happy by feeding it copious amounts of the good. We go on a Yuletide psychedelic trip as Strange Days by the Doors plays. Although, I swear when I watched it on the Disney Plus, it didn't credit Strange Days. It just said, psychedelic medley. Yeah. They didn't credit the Doors.
That sucks, because hearing that, I was like, I haven't listened to the Doors in a minute, so I went down a Doors wormhole.
I know, I was like, I'm just going to listen to this album now.
And the Doors are good. I don't care what anybody says. I love the Doors. Also, I recently switched over to Apple Music from Spotify. Apple Music is still problematic, but a modicum less better. But it sounds so much better. I heard things I've never heard before. So Apple Music, good.
Did you put both earbuds in? That's why you heard things?
Maybe that might be, yeah.
I went down a not a rabbit hole at all, but I was just cleaning up, and I had one of those record players that they came out with probably 20 years ago. They had the CD player and the cassette player and the vinyl.
Sure.
That looks like it's old timey, and usually it collects dust and has things on it. But I was cleaning up, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to put on a vinyl. And I put on Sgt. Pepper's, which I haven't listened to that album in years.
Yeah.
That's a fucking good album. No wonder why people like this. Beatles.
Yeah, I think they have a future.
This album is from 1967, that old, and it still sounded great. Didn't skip on my little crappy record player, and I was like, this this is fun. I like these Beatles kids. They're going to go far. And then now, because like of this, I'm like, I think, it is Strange Days, right? The Doors album.
Yeah, is that Waiting for the Sun? Yeah, no, it's Strange Days. Or is that Waiting for the Sun?
Well, it's before Morrison Hope. Wait, how's that bit from Kids and Hall go?
It's their third album, but really it's their first. We call it The Departure.
Strange Days, I think, is their second album. Anyways, but yeah, I'm like, I should put this on. Good tune, Steve.
So once Bart has landed at the North Pole, he calls out to what he believes to be a goblin. It's actually Mo, who angrily corrects him, saying that he's actually an elf. And then an army of toy soldiers march by as Bart asks about the whereabouts of old St. Nick. Mo directs Bart to an entry-level position in the wrapping room where he'll have to work his way up before meeting Santa.
And Bart thinks he can climb up the candy cane ladder past the snowman, offering tasteless gifts for Dad, and down a curly slide. But that's actually the passageway to the daycare. And Mo explains that he has to use the freight elevator, joining two working elves who suddenly return to their job, hoping that maybe one day they can finally unionize and get better benefits they need and deserve. I like this scene too. It's a rare like front-facing Bart and the elves like just staring like at the camera. I like that. Anyways, arriving in the wrapping room, Bart is surprised to find only two other employees.
Isn't this the busy season? Where is everybody?
Laid off.
After NAFTA, a lot of these jobs went to the South Pole.
Well, who needs wrapping paper anyway? Just stick a bow on the toy and you're ready to go. Bow, 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 bing, bang, boom.
You are clearly too smart to be down here with these dingle bells. I'm promoting you to toy inspector. The rest of you's you're laid off. Scram.
I can't lose my health insurance. My lungs are full of candy cane dust.
Hey, you twos can go work for the Easter Bunny. Oh, that's right. He ain't real.
I saw the Santa Claus movies. He is real.
Uh-oh. Israel.
Oh, is the Easter Bunny Jewish?
Yeah, he could be. I don't know how that works with the story of Easter. No? Yes? I don't know. People eat ham on Easter.
We should be eating rabbit.
Exactly, yeah. And eggs. Why do rabbits lay eggs?
I don't know. I feel like, we live in corporate America. It's capitalism. I think Easter needs to like get rebranded. We need to make Easter the Christmas of spring and start having Easter trees and Easter presents. Like, let's bring that. So, we have to decorate again. I know
like
people
that,
do
yeah.
decorate, but like, just, some people be lazy. Like, well, we'll just keep the Christmas tree up until Easter. I'm just saying you should be always like a tree in the house that you decorate.
I like this, yes.
Halloween trees are a thing.
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't have one, but that's a thing.
I had an aunt who had a tree, like a fake tree. It was like a smaller, like probably 5.5, 6 feet tall, but she would decorate for every holiday. So she would have like St. Patty's Day tree, Easter tree. And so, yeah, I think that's a thing.
It's pretty easy to decorate the St. Patrick's tree because it's already green.
Yeah, it's also easy to decorate for Arbor Day because you don't do anything.
Mother's Day, you put a pair of tits on the tree.
Sure.
Father's Day, dick.
And a tie. And then on graduation, you put a mortarboard and a dick.
Well, holidays we don't have a lot of 4th of July.
Fireworks and a dick.
Fireworks on a dick. Labor Day, just a dick.
Wouldn't that be a vagina?
Okay, right. And a baby tree popping out, that kind of labor.
Yeah, a baby tree.
So it's called baby trees. I think we've. What's after New Year's? I mean, the New Year's you keep the same Christmas tree.
Right.
We got President's Day.
Sure. Just gonna skip over Martin Luther King Day.
The listeners come up with what you would do with that.
All right. Respectfully,
yeah. Where are we at here?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, Groundhog's Day, of course. You put a groundhog's penis.
Of course.
Valentine's Day, it's penis and vagina.
Or penis and penis, or vagina and vagina.
Or all of them. Just put everything.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day, you turn it upside down. Oh,
yes.
With a penis and vagina.
Of course.
That's all the holidays we have in America, right?
I think so. That's it.
Thanksgiving, of course, it's turkey penis.
And then, of course, after Christmas, you put on a pair of boxing gloves and a dick.
Oh.
Because it's Boxing Day. In the toy inspection room, a one-eyed teddy bear is pulled off the line, joining a bin of other unapproved stuffed animals. But Bart returns the bear to the conveyor belt, rebranding it as a pirate bear. Mo is impressed by Bart's shoddy money-saving ideas, comparing him to a major airline, but he has the decency to arrive on time.
So Bart rides up a figurative corporate ladder while literally riding up the corporate elevator to Costco. So in the hallway, Schroeder from Charles Schultz's Peanuts, plucks away on his piano playing Hark, the Herald Angels Sing, and an elf paints the window of Bart's office door, highlighting his new role as vice president. Do you think since he's vice president, he's going to fuck a couch?
Probably, yeah. Or the Santa's chair, but the chair that he sits in at the mall. Elf Lisa, with her pointy ears and smart business suit, recognizes Bart for what he really is. A brown-nosing reindeer who jingled all his way to the top, eager to receive the toy he never got. And so while the abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer mops up in the background, Bart denies the accusation, but Lisa wonders just how many kids would bring a gun to meet Santa, and most of them are probably American.
Bart is determined to get his dirt bike. I also want to point out, what a 10-year-old boy thing from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Want a dirt bike. But Lisa calls for security, and 2 snowmen charge after Bart, but he simply turns up the heat, turning the guards into puddles of water, cold carrots, and protection gear. And it's just really funny because there's a wall with the snowman's family in it, and he's dead now. That he killed the father. And the best part is he picks up the carrot and eats the nose. Anyways, so he's got his BB King locked and loaded, and Bart kicks open the door and meets Santa face to face.
No disrespect, fat man, but you better poop out a dirt bike.
Close the door, boy. I can't afford to heat the whole North Pole.
Listen here, Kringle. I may have been naughty this year, but by today's standards, naughty's nothing. I didn't get anybody pregnant. I didn't Facebook a kid to death. Make with my dirt bike.
Kid, this company's bust. For years I've been giving out free toys and getting cookies in return. It's not a sustainable business model.
Oh, come on, man. Things aren't that bad.
They're pretty bad. I'm eating my own reindeer here.
Oh, you win.
That's a good boy. You go home now, and maybe there'll be a nice pair of work socks under your tree.
You don't have to do that. I have socks. I'll give you socks.
Thanks, kid. Now you better head home. I'm sure in the 25 years of Earth time you've been gone, your parents have gotten worried.
I'm sure I know what maybe this reference, but what does a Facebook a kid to death mean?
Probably cyberbullying in the...
Yeah. Probably it's probably problematic to say that then, right?
Yeah, because I feel like it is probably a serious thing that it's probably pretty bleak, but...
I like to think that I'm a cyberbully to you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I only talk to you online. You're mean to me. You're probably just a little girl. I don't know.
Yeah, but it makes you feel like your dad's there.
It's true. The gag of Krusty eating Rudolph is very funny, but I think it'd be funnier if he just said, it's pretty bad, and then we just saw the visual of him scooping up Rudolph and not actually calling it out. I think that if it was a show don't tell situation, it'd be a lot funnier.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
Also, Bart says, I have socks, I'll give you socks, which is coincidentally also what Bill Clinton told the little girl on Epstein Island.
I'll bring it back to family oriented, but the idea of a 10-year-old boy, I don't want socks for Christmas.
Yeah,
I remember as a kid, getting clothes as a kid for Christmas is the worst.
Such a bummer.
Also, as an adult, it'd be weird to get clothes, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine that? Your wife for Christmas got you just Hanes underwear and gold toe socks.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, I guess that's what she thinks it'd be.
Yeah.
Especially if your wife got you whitey tighties.
Oh yeah. I think that sometimes socks can be okay. If they're themed or
sure, goofy ones, Simpsons socks, right?
Right. I mean, it can be goofy. It can be any Disney character.
Song of the South Man.
Sure.
I hate those novelty socks because they're so damn thin.
Yeah.
I like a nice medium to thicker sock. I don't want to feel the sole of my shoe.
You don't want to feel your soul at all.
I got diamonds on the soles of my shoes, Steve. I don't want to feel them.
Okay. Well, I'll call you Al and I'll get you some good socks.
And then I could meet Julio down by the schoolyard with those nice socks.
That's right. It's still crazy after all these years.
Kodachrome.
Bridge over troubled waters. Okay. The Boxer. Crusty Santa sends Bart on his way, laughing that kids never change. He then calls them dumb as potatoes, and then pulls on the head of a snowman on his desk. And this turns his drab office into a swinging party as Run DMC raps about Christmas and Hollis, Queens. And as Krusty uses a $100 bill to light his cigar, the Polar Express is chased by Chief Wiggum. And so Otto skirts the law by gifting the train to Bart before hopping out and probably falling to his death.
So ends our first tale. Let's go to the second one, Steve. Back in the Simpsons home, Lisa looks out her window to find another tree being hauled in the bed of a pickup truck. And she wonders why it couldn't have just stayed safe at home in the woods. So turning on her boombox. Is that really a boombox, Steve? That's just a little radio.
I mean, it's a good boom with that box.
It's no ghetto blaster, as they were referred to back in the day.
It's true.
Lisa falls fast asleep as everyone's favorite child abuser, Bing Crosby, sings I'll Be Home for Christmas.
I'll have you know that I prefer Google Crosby.
I've always been a Go Daddy Duck. Wait, what is the... I've been a Lycos Crosby.
Yeah. Duck, duck, go, Crosby.
There we go. That's what I meant. Duck, duck, go.
So Lisa dreams of a sepia-tone simplicity of 1944, where a calendar advertises a Studebaker, the car of the future. And the crooner dedicates the song to all the soldiers overseas, as well as the folks back at home who miss them in the States. So while Bing Crosby promotes Chesterton cigarettes, we see a plaque celebrating the presumed lifelong friendship of Roosevelt and Stalin. Lisa wonders if anyone could be in the holiday spirit with all the world events taking place at the time.
Can it really be Christmas when one of our parents is facing the German army?
Simpson, get your helmet on.
I'm trying. It just keeps popping off. Ah! You can make it through this, Marge. Just think of Homer.
Hey, Simpson, how come you ain't in combat like a real man?
I'm too fat to fit in a foxhole. Kids, remember when I promised to feed us from that victory garden? Well, instead I grew this tree.
Don't dare bring that thing in here.
What? You don't want a Christmas tree? That's crazy. Next you won't want a Christmas ham.
Don't worry about that. I love meat, and I always will. That is some sweet pig meat. But as for Christmas trees, I used to love them until last year.
I think it's really smart having Marge be the one in combat and Homer staying home.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's really fun. It's just well done. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. I like that they did it, and then they just kind of played it off. I also like Marge's hair getting shot, which harkens back to when she was losing her hair, because it kind of looks the same.
And the bit at the end of Lisa eating the meat, it's great because she's allowed to eat meat if it's not canon.
That's right. I like her just going ham on that ham.
Steve, wasn't that your pickup line to girls in your 20s?
That's right. Slugs are near the ocean. It's fine. I can go down.
So Lisa flashes back 12 months to a Christmas tree lot where Marge has found the perfect tree that reminds her of her perfect man, Homer. It's round in the middle, thinning on top, and your hands get sticky when you touch it. Just then Petty and Selma pull up in their military jeep, informing Marge that she's been called to duty.
Oof. Marge can't believe that she has to ship out right before Christmas, but Patty says that Hitler doesn't take a holiday. But Selma corrects her twin, adding that the Fuhrer does take a holiday, but he doesn't tell anyone till the last minute, so they can't make plans. What a jerk. Lisa is stunned in silence as her mother is pulled away from her, and I gotta say, this segment is more, maybe, I don't know, it's just me, but like, it feels more emotionally heavy than it needs to be, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
I have a feeling this was a lot of Deb's contribution. That's because it was very female forward.
Mm-hmm.
Deb being a female, of course, I'm assuming. Anyways, I think Hitler's Holiday would make a great movie title.
Yeah. I mean, it would do well.
Like, imagine it's the middle of the war, middle of the winter, and he's like, Himmler, friend, I need to take a break with Ava. We're going to go to Argentina to, maybe relax and chill.
It's been so hectic lately.
Yeah. And Hitler's Holiday, I just think he meets a young Frederick Trump, and they hit it off.
Oh, yeah.
Along with Fred Trump's wife, of course, Mary Ann Trump, and her and Ava get along, and then they have like a sex party, and someone gets pregnant, but they both get pregnant, but we don't know who's the father, and so it turns out they have a little son named Donald, but it's actually Adolf's illegitimate son. Hey, that's
I believe that.
Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I like it.
Not a political podcast, but we are a festive holiday podcast, and it'll be cute. And there'll be song and dance. We'll get Seth MacFarlane to write the songs for this. All right.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
This does sound like a Family Guy episode now. I'm thinking about it. All right. Well, Lisa explains to Homer that she doesn't want to see another Christmas tree until Marge is safe and sound back at home. So she begins to sob, and Homer assures her distraught daughter that if Marge was truly in peril, they would find out as soon as possible. Just then, a messenger arrives.
Telegram! Oh! Marge is Mia? Oh my God! She changed her name!
No, that says she's missing in action.
Oh no!
See, every time we get a tree, Mom disappears.
Why couldn't it have been me?
It still could be. You just have to go down to the recruiting station and...
Shut up.
Why do I feel like this would be us? Like, if there is a war, our wives would probably go to battle.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The Marge is Mia MIA joke. I really appreciate that one. I think that's really funny.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it. So Lisa runs down the street, witnessing Helen and Jessica Lovejoy with their tree, Bernice Hibbert and her daughter with their tree, and Sarah Wiggum with Ralph decorated like a tree, all serving as a cool reminder that Marge isn't with her for the holidays. So Lisa continues her way through town, passing a sign that reads, "Loose lips sink ships," featuring Itchy brutally cutting off the lips of Scratchy.
Lisa finds herself at the tree lot where she first lost her mother, and so she sees Raphael, who has been waiting for her to offer a tree that Marge paid for the previous year. So he trimmed and watered the blue spruce regularly, remarking that every time he sees it, he's reminded of Marge. So with a snip here and a garland there, it begins to resemble Marge, and Lisa takes that as a sign that her mother is okay. As Lisa hauls the tree away, Raphael jokes that it's the one sale of the year, and it isn't even real.
So I just happen to think about this. Is the tree that Marge found that was round in the middle, thinning on top, and gets sticky when you touch it, the same tree that Raphael is presenting to Lisa? Because Marge found it, she liked that tree, and so did Raphael turn the Homer tree into a Marge tree, or is it a second tree?
I feel like you're overthinking this, but you're right.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't matter. Back at home, Bart and Homer are debating who is next to cry, and it's Homer's turn, so he begins to sob. And Abe tells him to stop as it is distracting him from his newspaper. The cover of that paper features a colored map of the Allied Army's advancement that looks an awful lot like Marge. And this causes both Homer and Bart to weep uncontrollably.
It's kind of funny to think that Grandpa in this time period would probably have fought in the Civil War.
Ooh, that is true.
Or maybe World War I. That probably makes more sense, right?
Yeah, probably, but they're loose with the timeline. I mean, like, if they make an episode now, Abe fought it, like, he was in Afghanistan getting revenge on 9/11, so it's all good.
Well, haven't they done that? Like, he was at the Gulf War in the 90s? 80s?
I think so, yeah, at this point.
It's funny because you think of, like, there was a difference from World War, I mean, like, year-wise, you know, because that was the teens, and then the 30s was when World War II happened, so there was quite a difference of time. You just always think as, like, a kid, like, oh, World War I and II that kind of happened, like, right after each other, but there was a period when, you know, there wasn't a World War.
It's kind of like Back to the Future 2 and Back to the Future 3. Like, in my mind, they came out in the same week.
Well, I mean, kind of. Well, sequels at that time you didn't have one movie come out a year later, and that's what happened with 2 and 3 because they filmed them simultaneously. So
right.
So the fact that I get 2 and 3 are just lumped into one movie. It was always weird too because at the end of Part 2 of Back to the Future, there was a trailer for Part 3. It was like, and then next summer this happens. It's funny that they were like allowed to like do their movie, like finish their sequel, because the joke of Back to the Future 1 was the future thing. Like, they didn't intend to make a sequel. It was just supposed to be a joke. But the fact that, like, oh, no, you have to do this now, like, they shot themselves in the foot. They've always, like, Bob Gale and Zemeckis have always talked about how, like, if they knew there was going to be a sequel, they wouldn't have done the Doc coming back and going to the future with the flying car.
Right.
But I personally love all 3 Back to the Future movies. They're the best. Anyways, well, Lisa walks in with a tree and a healthy amount of hope. One day, the war will be over, and someday Marge will be home. And as Homer points out, someday TV will be invented, and it will be free. Although, wasn't TV already a thing back then?
Yeah. In fact, in Abe's newspaper, there is an ad for a newspaper. Yeah. They were more expensive back then, but...
Well, so, a little inside baseball. A lot of times you'll see a newspaper that actually isn't newspaper. It's like created out of like a rubber material, but it's meant to look like newspaper, because if you had a real newspaper on screen, it makes too much noise. So a lot of times you see people reading newspapers. It's not really a newspaper. It's just a prop. And you'll see a lot of the same paper throughout sitcoms of like the same headlines. Case in point, there's a very famous image of Ed O'Neill reading the newspaper in Modern Family. He's reading the same paper prop from Married with Children. So what I'm thinking is that maybe this is a prop newspaper. It's the long way around. I think this is a prop paper that Abe's reading.
I do remember seeing the same paper on an episode of Rocko's Modern Life back in the 90s. So you're probably right.
Okay. It's the same paper. It's passed around. It's the whore of papers.
Paper whore.
Sorry. The sex worker of papers.
Yes. For the time being, the tree will represent all the things that Marge holds dear. Home, family, and constantly sweeping up needles. Possibly further proof that Marge is kind of cool with heroin, as we learned last week. The family sings O Tannenbaum in its original German as they decorate the tree with ornaments featuring an angel Maggie, crusty claws, and a message to save scrap metal.
Okay, so question. Is this a very dark ornament? The fact that Maggie's not in this segment, but she's an angel?
Oh, God.
That's what I'm asking. Like, is Maggie dead in this timeline?
It's very possible. I mean, health wasn't great. She's probably, she might have had polio.
Can I tell you my wacky theory real quick?
What's that?
I know we're already like 40 minutes into the record, but sit down for this doozy.
Okay.
You know the whole idea of going back in time to kill baby Hitler?
Yes.
Maggie did that.
Oh.
But then Hitler was informed that he was going to be killed as a baby by a person named Maggie Simpson. So Hitler had his best friend Albert Einstein create a time machine to go back to kill baby Maggie. And that's how the timeline reset.
And the only person can save them is Marty McFly. Coming this summer from Amblin Entertainment. Back to the Future Part 4.
Starring actual Michael J. Fox.
And then also Eric Stoltz as evil Marty McFly.
But this time, he does bang Leah Thompson.
Yes. And Howard the Duck is there too. Also to bang Leah Thompson.
Oh, this movie's great. I can't wait to watch it in IMAX. Well, meanwhile, at the movie theater in Nazi-occupied France, the film Dummkopf is playing. And Marge walks in to see a whole slew of Nazi trash, watching a flying elephant decked out in swastikas. Just trying to drop bombs on the innocent, which is, really on the nose symbol for maybe the modern Republican Party. Again, not a political podcast. Does this, like, all of a sudden when the scene started, I've been thinking, this episode is old. This is from season 22. Has Inglourious Basterds already been out by then?
I mean, yeah, right?
It is, because this is a whole parody of Inglourious Basterds. So it's like, I'm thinking, like, Inglourious Basterds isn't that old of a movie. This is a new movie. It's Tarantino's 7th, 8th film?
Yeah. But it's funny because he had, 3 films after that?
Yeah, my timeline gets confused after Kill Bill. So, was it Hateful Eight first? No, it was Glorious Bastards first, then Hateful Eight, then Once Upon a Time?
Yeah. Yes. And then also there's the Grindhouse films before.
Yeah. Which I don't know if I consider those. I mean, I know he filmed a segment, but if I'm just thinking of ones.
Yeah.
Inglourious Basterds would have benefited if, Paul Dano was in it.
Everything would be better with Paul Dano.
This podcast.
Can you imagine Reservoir Dogs if Paul... Yeah. So in the film, landmarks in England are bombed, including the Royal Shakespeare Company, causing an actor portraying Hamlet to run out and declare, "I pooped my tights." Ich bin Stumpos pooped for our German listeners.
Have you seen, I don't know how it's on my algorithm on TikTok, there's a lady that's learning German, I'm doing quotes, and she just finds the consistency of like certain words sounding the same. Have you seen this? Has she popped up on your feed?
I have not. I'm sure that now that we're talking about it, it will be all that I see, but yes.
It's very enjoyable because she'll ask like, Duolingo or whatever she's using, like, how do you say something in German? But it's always like, something very guttural and the same sounding word. I kind of find it delightful.
I think we both took German in high school because we're so cool like that.
Yeah, we did it to get chicks.
Yeah, clearly it worked.
Just remember though, like all all the girls took like French.
Yeah.
And the dudes took German, and then the smart people took Spanish. Is it like?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
What you should be taking is Spanish because of this country in America. It's like the second most popular language, and would have been way more useful than German or French.
I wish I knew more. Like, I took some Spanish in my adult life, and I really wish I knew more because it would have helped me in my day-to-day work life and just in general. So yeah, that's a good tip.
I'm wondering now if Mandarin is popular. It's just because you have to it's the characters, right? Because it's like the most popular, it's the biggest language in the world, right? Mandarin.
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be the smart thing to learn.
And characters are welcome, much like TNT.
Geez, thanks 90s. Well, the Nazis laugh with delight, including someone who maybe looks like John Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I think so.
It's probably Himmler, Adolf Hitler, and then Dumbo himself, which is really funny, who swipes some popcorn from the Fuhrer. Marge uses a flag to block the door open to the theater, then heads to the projection room to light the reels of film on fire. This is cut and paste of Inglourious Bastards.
Yes. So after Dumbo chokes out Churchill in the movie, he goes to a tower shooting peanuts from his trunk. And then we see a silhouette of Marge on screen, shocking the mediocre Austrian artist with a one testicle and a micropenis.
That was my blurb in my high school yearbook. The mediocre Austrian artist with one testicle and a micropenis. Hitler yells at 999. Why did I go to 9 o'clock show? Steve, is that a joke job for you?
I think so. I think finally we have something that we can blame Hitler on.
I'm keeping it because Hitler should tell bad jokes because no one likes a bad joke.
That's true. Yeah. And yet people listen to this podcast.
So Hitler rips off his mustache and tries to place the blame on one of his underlings, but it's too late. Marge walks in saying, "Auf Wiedersehen," and the theater goes up in flames.
So we then go back to the modern day, and Lisa wakes up from her dream, saying that she'll never go to bed with her stuffed elephant and her copy of The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich at the same time ever again. What a fun thing to read during Christmas for an 8-year-old girl.
Simpsons fans out there, you want to give a gift that's Simpsons related? Just do that. Get a Rise and Fall of the Third Reich book and a stuffed elephant. No one would know the reference unless it was someone like us or our listeners.
Or again, if you have a Republican uncle, they'll be like, hey, that's just what I wanted.
So that's the end of our second segment, Steve. Let's go to the third. Marge is writing a letter to a magical being in hopes that they can bring the true meaning of Christmas to the Simpsons home. So she writes, I've always believed in you, even when others didn't. Can you help save our family Christmas? So as Homer snores loudly, Marge addresses the letter. Before she can send it, a draft of wind blows it out of her hands and out of the window.
So the letter billows in the air, landing as if by magic on the windshield of a letter carrier. But the postal worker's view is blocked, causing him to run into a tree and crash into a snowbank. Mail falls out of the truck, and as you would expect, it bursts into flames, causing the truck to explode. The magical letter Marge wrote floats from the wreckage and into the chimney of its desired recipient, who is ready to help.
Marge Simpson, I'm on my way. Wake up, Marge. Magical memories don't make themselves.
Martha Stewart! How did you get in here?
A picket fence stood on its end makes a sturdy and attractive ladder. Now, let's make that bed.
Huh?
a smattering of pine cones. And with a little bit of work, this wedding dress can make a great dust ruffle.
But I was going...
Martha Stewart. She's a fan of The Simpsons, and she was excited to do this, and she wanted to return after this to do a Halloween episode, and she hasn't yet, but I hope someday she will.
That old ex-con Martha Stewart.
Yeah, with her crime that she committed that we all know about.
Insider trading, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think that most people with money and power do exactly what she does, and she was kind of unfairly maligned because of that. Probably because she's a woman, but also because she's an easy target and easy to dislike. But I think she really came out of it pretty clean, partnering up with Snoop Dogg, who is now not so great. But I like Martha Stewart. I think she's fun.
Yeah, Steve, don't explain homosexuality to Snoop Dogg. He'll freak out.
Yeah, he is famously a gangster who produced pornography, literally. But women kissing, gross.
No, men kissing. It was Buzz Lightyear. It was Tim Allen sucking a cock, I believe.
I mean, who wouldn't love that? More power.
Snoop Dogg has since apologized for those statements, Steve. Snoop Dogg is the most, he'll do something that I think is good, and then when people call him out on it, he caves. He's also in his 80s, isn't he? Like Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart, yeah, she's in. I gotta say, her whole segment, her line deliveries are great. It's really funny.
Yeah,
the way she is. Can also bring up the you talked about before, but the mail truck and everything exploding is always as good. But that one letter gets away it's really funny.
Just the idea of a magical letter landing on a mail truck and then killing the mailman inside. It's great. That's good, Jack. Good joke.
So after improving Marge's bedroom, Martha Stewart decorates the living room for the holidays using Maggie's head as a stencil to spray snow on the window. Marge is concerned about the possibly toxic spray shampooing out of Maggie's hair, but the domestic design queen is sure leaving it in is a good thing.
Bart and Milhouse rushed into the house, excited to share that they had a snowball fight, followed by an ice ball fight, and then a fight. And after a moment of thought, Martha Stewart asks the boys if they want to play soldier. And thinking that there's no better way to honor Jesus' birthday, Bart agrees.
Martha flips over 2 planters holding poinsettias and flips them over, turning them into beefeater helmets, which she shoves on Bart and Milhouse's head. She then wraps the boys in red tape, binding both their arms and their mouths. So she tapes fireplace tools to them for weapons, and then she wraps up table tennis paddles in tinfoil and uses them as knobs, making Bart and Milhouse marching wind-up toy soldiers.
I don't know if Martha Stewart had any say in that design, but when I was watching, I was like, the paddles wrapped in aluminum foil. That's clever. I thought it was a good idea.
You should try it on your cats.
Maybe I will. After an hour of marching, Bart and Milhouse can relax and enjoy some hand-shaved hot cocoa along with a trial subscription to Martha Stewart Living for both Bart and his weird friend. Lisa offers her own decorations for the tree, but Martha has a few notes.
Miss Stewart, I made a star for the tree out of discarded water bottles.
Lovely, dear. Except I would have soaked the labels off with warm water. Then I would have melted the plastic down in a double boiler and poured it into a candy mold. And finally, I wouldn't have presented it quite so proudly.
I'll go outside and make snow angels.
Lie face down, and your beautiful smile will be molded into the snow.
Okay.
I like Martha putting Lisa in her place. She was a little smug about her shitty little water bottle star thing that looks like shit.
It does look, I mean, come on.
She just used gum to connect them,
Yeah. Lisa is way more creative than that.
Yeah, that's even Bart would do better than that.
I think so, yeah. Even if you did it that way, then maybe spray paint it, decorate it.
Yeah, like Martha says, at the very least, take the labels off. Nobody wants to think about Evian when they're looking at the Christmas tree.
Steve, backwards, it spells your name on the ceiling. Oh, wait, that's gullible. Damn it.
Spells Kirkland. That's all I know.
And you can even put tea candles in there or something,
Yeah.
Brighten it up. Lisa, it sucked. So as Lisa falls face first in the snow, which is she's just telling Lisa, like, put your face in the snow. And Bart and Milhouse march up and down the street. Martha hears the snoring sounds of Homer sleeping on the couch, having just skimmed the latest issue of Martin Fart to Nair magazine, where the guy on the cover blames his dog. I mean, if you've had dogs, you know what dog farts smell like.
Mm-hmm. I hope you're not eating the same stuff as dogs eat, because, yeah. I like the fact, too, that they're advertising cheese on the pack.
Yum, yum.
So never afraid to face a challenge, Martha gets to work using a curtain to cover Homer and using his passed-out body to make a cozy winter scene. So Martha verbally copyrights that stunning Christmas tale below when Marge sees Homer begin to stir. Luckily, Miss Stewart has a bottle of hubby's holiday helper ready to keep Homer unconscious. And all of Martha's hard work has yielded some great results, but Marge misses her old way of life.
Martha, the house looks beautiful. It's like Christmas with a childless gay couple. But it's just not the same without my family being themselves.
Well, thanks for wasting my time. I'll just wave my magic wand and turn everything back the way it was.
You have a magic wand?
Yes, I made it myself. Take an old car antenna, marinate it overnight in the tears of a heartbroken leprechaun, bake at 350 till a rainbow shoots out of the oven, and there you go.
I guess I'll never have a perfect Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mom! We brought you breakfast in bed.
Now we just have to make it.
It's beginning to look a lot like breakfast everywhere you go.
You'll be oh so pleased when the OJ is freshly squeezed and the toast is made from homemade dough. We're gonna go out for breakfast. We'll go out to eat. It'll be any place you choose, as long as it's run by Jews, 'cause they don't think this holiday's so great.
I know that clip was a little long, but I just really liked Homer's song.
It's a great song, but I think they're onto something. One thing, breakfast in bed is so impractical, but just making it bedside actually seems more practical.
It's true. It'd be hot and fresh. And if you're careful, unlike Homer, like you could actually make a pretty decent breakfast that way.
I've never had a breakfast in bed. Now I've had a Taco Bell in bed after nights of drinking.
Yeah.
But never a breakfast in bed. I don't know. I don't see the appeal of that. How about you?
I had an idea one time. I thought it was a great idea because, like, I love the smell of bacon in the morning. So I set a timer, and it was a good idea until I burned my foot.
I remember this because you missed my art show that same day.
That's right, yeah.
It's a Christmas miracle, Steve. We finished the third segment.
Yes.
Great song. So let's go to probably Steve's favorite segment because of boobs.
I like boobs.
It's a final dream filled by sugar plums, and it's the mind of Maggie, who holds the Fluppet Christmas special close, both physically and emotionally, as she goes off to Dreamland, where she sees Simpsons and puppets, or I guess Fluppets, getting ready for a trip to Hawaii. Now remember, this is all in the mind of a baby.
Yes, so if you don't like it, you hate the thoughts of a baby, you jerk. So the live studio audience cheers as Homer tells the family to hurry so they can get on their flight. And again, these are all puppets. Lisa asks about the house sitter, and we see that Homer has elected the assistance of everyone's favorite sleazebag, Mo Sislak. The audience boos, causing Mo to say that sticks and stones may break his bones, and so the crowd responds by throwing sticks and stones at him.
Do you think there should be a new TV show starring Mo and co-starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and it'll be Fleabag meets Sleazebag?
Ooh, I like this, yes. They can both look at the camera and be like, I want to fuck that.
It'll be the sexual escapades, but I want it to be this puppet Mo.
I love Puppet Mo, yeah.
Okay. So Mo then sees a plate of cookies and devours them with an om nom nom that would make a certain blue monster proud. So with the crumbs everywhere, Mo remarks that he's great at the chewing, but the swallowing, not so much. And Steve, your joke.
That blue monster? Joe Biden. No, it's an oral sex joke. I know.
At least there won't be any more dirty, risky X-rated jokes in the segment, right?
Of course not. Homer reminds Lisa to only pack the necessities, so she loads up her saxophone and it makes a little horn sound, and Homer grabs a six-pack of Dove. I think it would be funny if when Lisa packed up the saxophone, it went honk, and when Homer packed the beer, it should have also gone honk. I think it would have been funny. But anyway, Moe calls his love interest, informing her of his short-term bachelor pad at 742 Evergreen Terrace. And then he goes to hang up the phone, but finds that the receiver is stuck to his felt puppet hand. So with the help of a mysterious human hand, the phone is freed. Good joke. Good gag.
Homer is ready to leave for his trip, but there's just one little problem. He's got the week off by lying to Mr. Burns, saying that he had a neck injury. Just then, Monty arrives at the house. Thinking quickly, Homer ducks down off camera, replacing his lei with a neck brace. It seems that Monty was visited by three spirits in the night, causing Statler and Ward-off stand-ins, Abe and Jasper, to wish for 3 new riders. Then Burns sees the Simpsons' luggage.
Wait, what's this? Carpetbags and portmanteaus? Going somewhere, Simpson?
Hey, guys, you'll need this on your trip to Hawaii.
Your goblin fainted.
Not a goblin.
Simpson, where's your Christmas tree?
Coming!
Homer, give me back my tree.
Well, I won't interrupt your holiday any longer. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good pop star / fashionista Katy Perry.
What are you people doing in my boyfriend Moe's bachelor pad?
That's right, she's into puppets.
Just what's going on here?
Fine, I'll come clean.
It's a Christmas miraculum.
I'm referring to Moe as a goblin, like your goblin fainted. It's really funny.
It's a good callback to the first segment, too.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed that when Homer grabbed the Christmas tree, he ripped off Ned's arms.
Yes. I was thinking about this segment. It's, they had to get Hank and Harry to be part of the voice segment. But did Lisa or is Nancy or...
Yeardley's there.
Yeardley, okay. All right. Did Bart say anything in the segment?
I don't think he did, really.
Oh, okay. Anyways, here we have Katy Perry in my wife's wedding dress.
Sounds about right. Because it is a red vinyl dress with the faces of the Simpsons. I would especially make note of where Maggie's face is, as we'll see in a moment. And of course, for those of you not alive in 2010, which you could be listening, it's so weird. Don't be listening. This, of course, is a reference because Katy Perry was due to make an appearance on the show Sesame Street, now on Netflix, but her outfit was deemed too risque, so there was some controversy with that, and so then she was on The Simpsons.
And this is when Katy Perry wasn't an astronaut.
Right, when she was just fucking WrestleMan like a normal person.
And not fucking the former Prime Minister of Canada.
That's right. Homer admits his lie, so Burns releases the hounds. And we hear some barking, but no actual hounds are seen. But Monty assures the family that they'll be there any minute. But still, there's no hounds. And then we see a sock puppet dog that sounds an awful lot like Kermit the Frog, admitting that they blew all their budget getting Katy Perry.
Katy Perry then gives Burns a hug and a smooch, causing him to say, "I kissed a girl, and I like it." The bit of pop star affection causes the change of heart in the old man who invites the Simpsons to enjoy Hawaii after they do one last thing.
Just as soon as we sing one Christmas carol.
Oh, man, not the lame-o 12 Days of Christmas.
Of course not. I want to sing the original unabridged 39 Days of Christmas. And a 1 and a 2.
39 fops are fopping, 38 fishwives hawking, 37 coopers scooping, 36 blue blacks buffing, 35 buskers busking, 34 something something, 33 alchemists transmuting, 32 Dutchmen plotting, 31 doctors leeching, 30-year average lifespan.
Tonight's Simpsons episode was brought to you by the symbol umlaut and the number E. Not the letter E, but the number, whose exponential function is the derivative of itself.
Well, it's been a long run, but I think this'll kill it.
What, The Simpsons?
No, Christmas.
29 Smiths are forging, 28 Coopers cooping.
We did that one already.
Shh. 27 healers healing, 26 anarchists bombing, 25 swans foreseeing, 24 sideburns curling, 23 monks a-chanting, 22 rats a-plaguing, 21 coxswains calling, 20 flautists fluting, 19 footmen bowing, 18 gungas gaining, 1776, 16 midwives birthing, 15 alienists aliening, 14 jacks a-ripping, 13 scriveners scrivening, 12 lords a-leading.
Again, long clip, but I like the song.
And they got to do all of them, all the 39.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not the 12, because we all know the 12.
Of course. A lot of birds.
Yeah, just call them the greatest basketball player for the Boston Celtics.
That's right.
The Larrys.
Robert Parrish. Oh. Then we cut to Mo trying to kiss Katy Perry, but finding his puppet self to be a little too short. So he then goes to kiss her belly button, which again is where Maggie is located on the dress. And he ends up kissing her vagina, but she enjoys it, and that's her episode.
So, like, is that maybe one of the most risque jokes?
Yeah, I think the most risque joke since then, or before then, was another kind of Christmas episode where they're trapped in the school, and Skinner tells the gerbil to chew on his ball sack.
I mean, I still think the dirtiest joke is the Whacking Day episode when Homer is pulling out his whacking stick is just the most dirtiest thing I've ever seen. And I've seen The Simpsons.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we've seen this episode. Let's say that we think about what we just saw and take a break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll just kiss your belly button. Mwah.
Oh, that's not my belly button. But I didn't say stop.
Alrighty, we're back. Let's finish up our talk of the fight before Christmas. We'll talk about the things that we liked in this episode, maybe the things we didn't like so much in this episode, the things that made us laugh. We'll maybe rank the segments and talk about what we're watching next week. But before we do all of that, it is the holiday season. And though we do this every episode, it's even more special during the Christmas time. We like to give each other gifts from the episode that we think our host might appreciate. And Craig, I've got some things for you. I got you, because you're a kid of the 80s, a dirt bike. I got you a knit jetpack, which Martha Stewart knit herself, a stuffed elephant, and a copy of The Fall and Rise of the Third Reich.
Again?
I know. But this is the first edition.
Okay.
I got you some hubby's holiday helper, and if that's not enough for you, I got you a whole bunch of train fuel, if you know what I mean.
I appreciate that. Sadly, I don't get a Katy Perry under my tree this year.
Nope, sorry. It's under a maple tree this year.
Steve, I like to find something from each of the segments, of course. The first one being the gift you're going to get now. You like to decorate your tree, I'm assuming, and I thought I'd get you some police line do not cross tape to wrap around your tree.
Very nice.
And also, from that segment, I think you need a BB King gun. So there you go. You can pump your BB King all you want.
I'll shoot people until the thrill is gone.
And the second segment, of course, I just giving you one thing, and it's kind of sad. It's going to be the Angel Maggie ornament, because I'm assuming she's dead.
Sure.
I also got you the 4K Blu-ray Steelbook of the Hitler Dumbo DVD Nazi propaganda film, so you can watch it every time you want. And here's my mustache that you can put on yourself. And then some Martha Stewart items. I got you a subscription to Martha Stewart Living, but it's just a trial subscription, and for 3 months. So hopefully you will subscribe to that, which I think is only $89.99 for 6 issues a year.
Very nice. Print media is alive and well.
Yeah, and finally from the fourth segment, while I was hoping for Katy Perry's dress, it's too expensive. It's at the Smithsonian right now. So at this time, there was a lot of pop stars that were really popular in 2010, right? Katy Perry being one of them, but also Nicki Minaj. So here's the dress Nicki Minaj wore at Charlie Kirk's memorial the other day.
Ah, very nice. Classy as ever, Nicki Minaj. Moving from that, thank you, Craig. Very kind of you. Usually with these segmented episodes, we don't have a most available jokester, but you can have one if you want. But also, how would you rank these segments?
And, we talked about in the beginning of the segment with Lisa's Christmas tree, the World War II, very somber, because we don't really actually see Marge returning to the family. So it's kind of sad that there wasn't a reunion. It just kind of ended with the Inglorious Bastards and the family still reeling with the mom being gone. So that could probably be my favorite. Bart's is very Bart-like, and I like the combination of the Santa Claus or with the Polar Express and the violence that it has, Bart just being very much a criminal in that episode. Martha Stewart is pretty fun. She did great on that, and just the decorations. I've always brought up the Katy Perry stuff a lot, but the puppet one is just really funny because it is very Muppet based, and the humor is such Muppet humor. Especially, I love the Statler and Waldorf with Abe and Jasper. God, and just the corniness of the jokes that are there, but also the very sexual jokes at the end. Okay, I'm going to go with Lisa's story, Maggie's, Bart's, then Marge with Martha Stewart. How about you?
Very interesting. I like those rankings. Yeah, it's tough for me. I think that the way that Lisa's dream was both pretty one-to-one homage to Inglourious Bastards, but also had this sweet homeside story, I think really works well. And I think it has a really fun emotional arc because of that, and the fact that it's so bleak at home. The fourth segment with Katy Perry was kind of not well received initially, but I thought it was a lot of fun. And you're right, it does harken back to the Muppet Show. I love the Muppet jokes, with Mo and his phone. You mentioned Abe and Jasper as Statler and Waldorf. Lisa and Homer laughing like Kermit. Just all that is a lot of fun. Bart's dream of taking over the North Pole is really fitting. But I think my favorite segment, and it's kind of a surprise to me even, is the Martha Stewart. So that's going to be my number one. I think it was very creative with the homeware stuff that she did. I think her voice acting was really good. She was very game to play. Just the envelope joke, the mail gag was alone sells it for me. So that's going to be number one. So I'd go Martha Stewart, Lisa, Bart, and then I'm going to put Katy Perry last, but not because it's not good, because I think it's all very good. But before I get into my thoughts, what are your thoughts about the episode in its entirety?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of remember watching this live. How many years ago was this? 10?
15.
15, something like that, yeah. And, of course, I don't remember any of it except, of course, the final segment. And what's funny, too, is how the Muppet one works, because we had just recently watched all of the Muppet show, the old show from the 70s, because it's on Disney Plus. And so I think at the time, 15 years ago, you couldn't really find those streaming. Streaming wasn't really much of a thing in 2010, was it?
Not really, not in the same way.
But watching the Muppets and how one-to-one kind of parody is, because it always had a celebrity human guest, and forgetting all of the other segments. I know I watched this live, and I've seen it probably before, but I think this should go up there with a Christmas viewing. It's not as good as Thanksgiving of Horror, which they did. This is essentially a Christmas Treehouse of Horror episode, which I like. And well, maybe it won't age well in 20 years because people will be like, who's this Martha Stewart? Who's this Katy Perry? What was World War II? What's the Santa Claus? But I thoroughly enjoy this. I think, especially this time of year, I'm watching Christmas shit. This is what I'm definitely going to put on. It makes me want to watch Inglourious Bastards after it. I want to watch, I don't know, what Elf? I don't know. I want to watch The Muppets Christmas Carol, which
yes.
We will be watching. But yeah, I enjoyed this. If I gave this a ranking, and I suppose I do, one of Lisa's complaints, of course, was Christmas trees. And thanks to AI overview on Google, I asked how many Christmas trees are chopped down a year. And it says globally about 120 million Christmas trees are cut down annually, with the U.S., of course, accounting for roughly 30 to 36 million. So I'm going to give this episode The 36 million, because we're in the U.S.
That's very nice.
How about you?
With any Christmas special, there's a chance to be overly, sentimental. And I think that this is not at all that. But like we talked about, I think that the Lisa segment does have a nice emotional bit to it. But I love how chaotic it is. The disparity of the 4 stories is so interesting. And I think that Dan and Deb writing this creates a lot of fun dynamics because the Bart story is such a classic Bart story, but it's so well done. And I love all the homages to other Christmas stories, like having the Yeti mopping up or having the Burl Ives snowman on Krusty's desk. And also having Krusty, a noted Jewish person, as Santa is a lot of fun. The look and tone of the Marge story is really beautifully done. I love how old-fashioned Springfield looks, and I love the way that the occupied France is, and having Dumbo being a Nazi it's a fun take. And the reason I think that the Martha Stewart one works so well for me is just the way that Martha Stewart redecorates the bedroom, the way that she makes Bart and Milhouse soldiers. It's so smart and innovative, and it seems like it's something that Martha Stewart would actually think of. I think that's so much fun. And I think the last segment is so, they in the Troy McClure episode where he's with the Muppets, they're kind of shitting on the Muppets and they made jokes about the Muppets. But I think that this is a loving homage to both Sesame Street and the Muppets. And I think it's really well done. And it's such a fun short segment with just the worst jokes, but in the best way possible. It's a fun departure from a lot of other Christmas fare. And so I think this is definitely a watch. I think it really fits in with Simpsons viewing party. Like if you're watching, Bart steal a video game and you're like, oh man, that was so much, or you're watching the first episode, this is a nice refresher of just being silly, being fun. And it's just a good bit of 22 minutes. So I highly recommend it. And if I had to give it a rating, out of the 39 days of Christmas, I'm going to give it 34 Coopers a cooping.
I think you're right. It's not too saccharine or sentimental. Well, even the second segment does have a little bit of that with Marge and at war. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think you're right. It is a nice palate cleanser, maybe, if you're watching too much saccharine things, like you said. All right.
That is our Christmas episode, but we're back next week with a brand new episode from season 37, episode 12. No, Craig, what do you think that episode's called?
Well, a new episode right after Christmas, before New Year's. It's got to be something New Year's related. So I'm going to say New Beer's Day.
Ooh, that does sound like a lot of fun. And I would love to watch that. But nope, sadly, Craig, next week's episode is The Fall Guy. What do you think that's about?
Well, The Fall Guy, of course, was a TV show starring Lee Majors.
Sure.
Was it Lee Majors, the
I think
$6 million
so.
man himself? Yeah. Didn't he also sing the theme song? Created, of course, by Glenn A. Larson, the creator of Battlestar Galactica. I think The Fall Guy, is that how you say the title?
I do believe.
I think the story involves Homer Simpson, who turns a new leaf because it is autumn time in the Simpsons universe. It's a fall. And he hates raking up leaves so much that he decides to ask Mr. Frink, Professor Frink, because there's been a lot of Frink in this season, to invent a device that instantly evaporates all leaves on the ground, so he doesn't have to rake leaves anymore. And they do, but the shenanigans happen. And then in the B story, Bart and Lisa decide to write for Jimmy Fallon, and turns out that their bits are funnier than the Fallon staff. That's the story. What do you think?
Wow, leaning on a lesser-known B character and banking on a guest star seems pretty cheap. That's not what happens at all, because in next week's episode, Homer revitalizes Bumblebee Man's career when he becomes a secret stuntman. But how much punishment can a stump bee take before it starts to sting?
Ooh.
And that's right, we got a guest star. No, not Sting. It is Johnny Knoxville, along with a number of Latin stars, which should be a lot of fun.
Do you think Johnny Knoxville pulled a lot of pranks on set?
I think so. I think he was a real George Clooney on set.
A real donkey.
That's right.
It seems weird to watch a new episode of The Simpsons during this time of the year, right? Like right after the holidays or like in the middle of the holidays.
It almost feels like it should also be a Christmas episode or something. I don't know.
I think we've learned because of production and the way Fox is airing Simpsons now that even like the staff and writers are confused. Like, because the 800th episode, as we've learned, wasn't the intended 800th episode for us to see. Like they actually had an episode that celebrates 800 episodes. So yeah, I think it's all wonky what's going on this season, but I'm here for it just so then in the months of February and March and April, we'll be reviewing old episodes.
That's true.
Because they're just burning off all the new ones of The Simpsons. All right, well, it means we can't have a Christmas break this summer. I mean, whatever, winter.
That's right. But
unlike Hollywood, who gets to take time off for like 2 months, we still have to work at this podcast.
Yeah, unlike those clowns in Congress, we're also taking a break. Not a political podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you continue to listen, both our weekly episode and our bonus episode, which you can get by going to patreon.com/annoyedgruntboys. Signing up is just $5 a month, and you get a bonus episode. And this week we're doing something special. We're going to have a little holiday party, and we hope you'll come because you're invited.
Well, just our Patreon listeners.
You don't pay, you can't play.
Hey, don't forget to contact us on social media at 13simpsons, like YouTube or Instagram. And don't forget to email us at 13simpsons@gmail.com. Let us know what's going on.
If you're so kind, go to your favorite podcasting app, leave us 5 stars as equivalent, and leave a review. But you don't need to write a real review. Just tell us how you would get your revenge on Santa for the gift that you never got. And tell us what that gift is.
And don't forget to check out our TeePublic site, tpublic.com/user/annoyedgruntboys for some Annoyed Grunt Boy merch.
Alrighty, thank you so much again for listening. For this week, I've been Annoyed Grunt Boy Steve.
And I've been Annoyed Grunt Boy Craig.
And remember, I pooped my tights.
You better poop out a dirt bike.
Even Mac Davis himself couldn't save this Christmas.